Got hundreds of pairs.
That money has to keep coming in if you're going to live like this.
It's not that expensive thoh, but
he's only 46. But he does this with everything, man. He's got $1 million watches.
I don't think he buys every pair.
Hey, they give them to him?
Yeah.
So putting lies on my name, putting lies on me and my team and my family, and hurting my business. We're not talking about millions. We're talking about billions of dollars. We can't do that. So this is my first time ever filing a lawsuit against a media company. I'm shopping, spending money, living life.
Joe Rogan criticized Floyd Mayweather's financial troubles, highlighting that even the richest athletes can face serious problems if they spend recklessly. He pointed out that making millions doesn't excuse anyone from responsibilities like paying taxes, referencing Mayweather's well-known issues with the IRS, and warned that living lavishly without smart financial planning can quickly lead to disaster.
How much does he owe?
It's in the $20+ million range.
It's a lot of money, man.
But it's not something that he's been, it's not like deception.
No.
It's just neglect to
It's
pay.
neglect. And it's also like, I think, and there is like a truth to this. He makes so much money. There's probably a point when they're like, hey, it's time to pay your taxes. And you go like, all right, here's a check for $25 million. That's an incredible amount of money. And then they go, that's true, but you owe 50 more. And he's just like, that can't be right. I've given you $25 million.
Yeah, he's bought over 100 luxury cars from the same dealer and always pays in cash.
He has 15.
Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s lawsuit against Insider Incorporated adds a surprising chapter to his public image, centering on a defamation claim over an article that questions a reported $42 million real estate deal tied to him. The suit argues that the outlet misrepresented his business activities, portraying him as dishonest or exaggerating his wealth. If accurate, the 62-building purchase would be one of the largest individual real estate deals in recent years, but the article casts doubt on both its legitimacy and financial details. Mayweather's legal move seems focused on defending his reputation, both as a boxing legend and a serious businessman.
I know you guys want to talk about real estate. Only thing I'm doing is answer the questions.
That is a real estate question.
Okay, so out of 48 years, I'm 48 years old. And I've never sued a media outlet. The media outlet throughout my life has bashed me, talked bad about me, spoke bad about my family. Now, I've always been judged because how I have presented myself when I'm promoting a fight. You cannot judge me for entertaining the people when I'm promoting a fight. Judge me for the person that you know. You can't judge me if you don't know me. So that's no different from people in this room may want to do a deal with me. But if someone going out there putting lies on my name, putting lies on me and my team and my family and hurting my business, we're not talking about millions. We're talking about billions of dollars. We can't do that. So this is my first time ever filing a lawsuit against a media.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. says the article was one-sided and ignored strong evidence he provided. According to him, his lawyer shared detailed documents with Insider Incorporated proving the real estate deals were legitimate, but that information was allegedly overlooked to make the story more dramatic. He points out that this is the first time he has ever sued a media company, showing how serious he believes the situation is. By firmly standing up for his name, he aims to show that he is a responsible businessman who feels he was treated unfairly by inaccurate and careless reporting.
And I'm not going to let anyone go out there and smear my name and talk bad about me, talk bad about my family, or talk bad about my company.
All right, one more toughie. So
Nothing is tough.
no? Okay.
After being in the sport of boxing, dealing with the sport of boxing, there's nothing that's tough.
Fair. So that article sparked rumors that you are bankrupt. How do you respond to that? I don't think you have publicly responded yet.
Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I mean, if we call having 2 private jets, owning 100 buildings, being able to do what you want to do, if that's bankrupt, then I'm pretty sure everybody want to live like that.
What?
Okay, so I think we'll end with this one. When I spoke to you all last week, You're riding around Miami. You were looking to buy even more.
Yes.
Have you bought anything in the week since we last spoke?
I don't know. I was out in Miami for a while. We were looking at a few properties.
Stephen A. Smith adds fuel to the debate by questioning how transparent Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s business activities really are, noting that what the public sees does not always match the full story. While he does not completely dismiss the lawsuit, Smith implies that the headlines and big numbers may hide deeper issues. He suggests that many of Mayweather's business moves seem driven more by branding and image than by strong financial fundamentals. In the end, Smith's point is that even though Mayweather presents himself as a powerful businessman, those ventures may not stand up well when closely examined.
People getting laid off, and then I see somebody come up right behind and get some contract. Business does business. You never know what's behind the goal of a business per se. What you do know is the work that you put in. If you're smart enough, what value comes with that work. And then at the same time, you also pride yourself in being very, very reasonable. I haven't, and I'm not going to talk about my contract negotiations with ESPN. They are ongoing. I think the talks have been very pleasant. I think we're making progress. We'll see what happens. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, I've got to sit.
50 Cent delivers pointed criticism by calling out what he sees as a lack of real proof behind Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s real estate claims, arguing that bold statements are being made without clear contracts or bank records to support them. Instead of offering hard financial evidence, Mayweather appears to be leaning on legal action, which critics view as an attempt to silence opposition rather than explain the facts. To voices like 50 Cent, the lawsuit feels more like a show of influence than a sincere effort to clear the air. At a time when the public is already wary of celebrity wealth, these doubts resonate with people who are increasingly skeptical of the polished images they are presented.
In full, as we have already seen, 50 Cent has been very involved in critiquing, taking shots at Floyd Mayweather, and when this came across his desk, he did nothing other than that. If that's the case, it's going nowhere because you didn't do the deal, champ. He must have named the writer separately to make him have to pay his own legal team. The champ is mad, and 50 most definitely promoted his brands and everything with that because 50 Cent has came into question about this deal that Floyd Mayweather has struck, showed his real estate businesses, and people started diving into it. Floyd Mayweather has been defending it, but I just realized he put this $100 million lawsuit in against Business Insider, saying that they have been going at him for a long time now, coming at his family, coming at his team, and saying these derogatory things and defaming him, so he won $100 million. The suit lost in the Southern District of New York names Insider Inc. and reporter Daniel Geiger as defendants. It is centered around reporting by Geiger about real estate deals Mayweather Jr. publicly discussed, including an agreement to buy a 62-building Manhattan apartment portfolio. Geiger reported in late March that there is no evidence that there has been a sale. According to the lawsuit, Geiger embarked on a campaign of harassment and defamation categorized by aggressive and misleading journalism that not only distorts the truth, but seems driven by a deep-seated bias against Mr. Mayweather's success. It claims that Geiger refused to review documentation proving the deals in question happened, and suggests that there's a racial component.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. often appears calm and self-assured during interviews, but that confidence seems to fade when the topic turns to his finances. When asked for clear numbers or straightforward explanations, his reluctance and vague answers, especially amid bankruptcy rumors, only deepen public doubt. Instead of putting concerns to rest, the lack of clarity sparks even more speculation. For high-profile figures, image plays a powerful role, and once that image starts to crack, limited transparency can quickly speed up the loss of trust.
Is that you are bankrupt. How do you respond to that? I don't think you have publicly responded.
Well, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I mean, if we call having 2 private jets, owning 100 buildings, being able to do what you want to do, if that's bankrupt, then I'm pretty sure everybody want to live like that.
That last statement was a fact. If that's bankrupt, I'm sure a lot of people want to live like that. I'd sell a few of them planes, especially if I was going bankrupt. But yeah, it wouldn't be a bad lifestyle to have. Now, Floyd Mayweather isn't the most articulate person. He does not articulate himself the best. This has been well known throughout his career. He is a prize fighter. He is a master promoter. He is a great business person. Put him behind a microphone or have him articulate himself, he's not the best at it. So if you listen to that and y'all tell me if y'all got the same vibe I did, or if y'all think that I'm tripping, it sounds like he's running around a lot of shit. And it's like, all right, bro, yeah, you might be going bankrupt. But let's understand something real quick. If one of Floyd Mayweather's businesses, or if his business is going bankrupt, that does not mean that Floyd Mayweather himself is broke. That means that his business may be struggling. Oh yeah, his business may be struggling, and you could file for bankruptcy. I think it's 13 or 9 chapters.
Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s public claim that he owes no taxes sharply contradicts actions taken by the Internal Revenue Service, raising serious doubts about his financial narrative. Accusations of unpaid taxes carry major weight, especially for someone who promotes himself as a master of wealth, and this clash weakens his image as an untouchable business figure. Court filings appear to support critics' concerns and may open the door to deeper examination of his finances, highlighting a clear gap between his confident public statements and what can be independently verified. While real estate is often presented as a path to long-term wealth, the details behind his claimed $400 million portfolio remain unclear, leaving many to question whether his empire is built on solid financial planning or on a carefully maintained image meant to protect the persona he has spent years creating.
Mayweather too. Go money green on him. Change it up. Change it up. Change it up. That's what we do. There you go. There you go. There you go. That's what we did. I need everybody, all the fighters all around the world, MMA, boxers, follow this man right here. We getting the job done. Money.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. is now at the center of a fierce battle of opinions playing out across social media, where the line between truth and image management is becoming harder to see. What may have been intended as a legal move to quiet critics has instead sparked even more attention, analysis, and argument. Supporters and skeptics alike are no longer just questioning how real his wealth is, but also why the lawsuit was filed in the first place. Rather than clearing the air, the legal action seems to add new layers of mystery to the conversation surrounding his financial empire.
The $100 million lawsuit against Business Insider over real estate deal report. Damn, that's an expensive lawsuit. The lawsuit comes after a report by Business Insider journalist Daniel Geiger claimed that the 62-building Manhattan real estate portfolio that Mayweather announced he acquired never actually occurred. Geiger's report stated there was no evidence a sale was made. Mayweather's lawsuit claimed that Geiger refused to review documents of the deal, and it was an attempt by Geiger to publicly humiliate Mayweather. They embarked on a campaign of harassment and defamation characterized by aggressive and misleading journalism that not only distorts the truth but seems driven by a deep-seated bias against Mr. Mayweather's success, Floyd Mayweather. No, damn well he did not write that. And why would he? You know, he's talking about himself in third person. That's so cringe. Business Insider has provided a statement to Front Office Sports saying, "We will vigorously defend against this meritless attempt to discredit our reporting and smear our reporter." So
Floyd Mayweather Jr. is celebrated for an undefeated career and elite defensive talent that secured his place in boxing history. But outside the ring, his recent claims have stirred controversy. His assertion that he owns more than $400 million in real estate quickly came under question when public records failed to support it, surprising and disappointing many fans. That gap between bold statements and verifiable facts has led to growing skepticism, with critics wondering whether he is focusing more on maintaining an image of immense wealth than being transparent about what he has truly achieved beyond boxing.
At the beginning of the year, Floyd Mayweather decided to tell us all that he bought a bunch of apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan. Everybody has found out that that wasn't true. Apparently, it's not that hard to figure out who owns property. This is not an indictment on Floyd Mayweather as a boxer. He is one of the best boxers we've ever seen. Anybody who is privy to Floyd Mayweather's antics outside of the ring knows Floyd ain't bought no goddamn apartment buildings in no Upper Manhattan, bro. We knew that when he told us. I'm not sure who Floyd Mayweather thought he was fooling. Nothing about Floyd Mayweather outside of a boxing ring says savvy. I'm sorry.
This is the same Floyd Mayweather that 50 Cent told he would donate $50,000 to the charity of his choice to read Harry Potter. He bought $400 million worth of apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan. Come on, Floyd. The people who was living in apartment buildings, the second they heard that Floyd Mayweather bought their building, they was on the phone with property management like, what's really... I will pay $10,000 a month, but I won't pay $10,000 a month to a nigga. Floyd, you can't just do that with Upper Manhattan apartment buildings, bro. Tell lies like that about the projects, man. You gotta do that to the hood, man. Ain't nobody going for that shit in Upper Manhattan, Floyd. You should have knew better than that, my boy. But then again, you are Floyd Mayweather. Oh, man. Anybody with
Floyd Mayweather Jr. once appeared to dominate finances as completely as he did boxing, earning more than $1 billion from massive pay-per-view fights and sponsorships, but instead of building steady investments, much of that money went into non-stop luxury. Expensive supercars, custom private jets, and an over-the-top lifestyle became part of his public identity, yet that focus on excess may have weakened his long-term financial security. As questions now surface about the strength of his fortune, the situation draws uncomfortable comparisons to Mike Tyson, whose wealth collapsed after years of reckless spending. Although their personalities are different, both fighters used money as a public display rather than a protected asset, and beneath the flash and glamour, the financial foundation appears fragile, raising concerns that Mayweather could be heading toward the same outcome that once consumed another boxing legend.
Situation. We've seen Marcos Maidana looking focused, more so focused on his baby and everything. So those are a lot of the minor takeaways. But my major takeaway from this whole thing, ladies and gentlemen, is I was quickly hit with a emotion of nostalgia. You know what I mean? Because seeing Floyd Mayweather with all this money and cars and clothes and hoes and yada, 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 it just kind of reminded me. There was a small segment in that episode that stated that a lot of fighters believe in their immortality. You know what I mean? We've seen this before. So the question I ask, we have seen this movie before. Boxers traditionally going broke. You know, they start off well, so flamboyant with all this money and all these cars, and they have businesses they invest in. There's something special, you know, at least in their minds they are. And then after either retirement or near retirement or after the fight game has left them, traditionally boxers go broke, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not saying this is going to happen to Floyd Mayweather, but I swear on everything, man, I hope it doesn't happen to Floyd Mayweather, because Floyd Mayweather is going to go down in the halls of history, ladies and gentlemen, as possibly top 3 to top 5 to top 10 of all-time greats.
Concerns about Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s financial choices aren't just coming from outsiders. They're coming from his own family, too. Jeff Mayweather, a close relative and longtime trainer, has admitted being confused by Floyd's unpredictable money moves. His impulsive ventures, especially in high-risk real estate, show little strategic planning, and he seems to rely more on ego than expert advice. This risky approach raises questions about how much of his fortune is real versus image. At one point, his fame grew as much from flashy wealth and extravagance as from boxing skill, with big paydays and non-stop self-promotion keeping him in the spotlight. But now, as cracks in his financial empire appear, the public is starting to see past the spectacle to the reality behind the facade.
Athlete, not the highest paid boxer, the highest paid athlete in the world. I had the opportunity and pleasure to be around him for many years. I was his personal shopper. I was a personal friend of his family. One of my greatest memories of being just lucky enough to even be around that environment was watching him train. Watching Floyd Mayweather train is a masterclass in discipline. It is a masterclass in work ethic. It is a masterclass in this is how you execute and get stuff done. Every rep, he hits it hard. There's not one lazy rep. He does everything at such a high frequency, so elevated. I'm like, goodness gracious, watching this man train, it's like, that's how I want to train for life. I've been to the club with Floyd where we leave in the club 3-4 in the morning and he's still going to hit his 6.
And not wrapped to video, my YouTube channel Fight Night News KO, like, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you in the next video.